Welcome to Really Raha, the podcast for coaches and creators who want to build luxury brands without burning out. I'm Raha, business energetics coach, PhD student, and sponsored skateboarder. I went from serving tables and hustling every client to building six-figure systems and offers that sell in my sleep. Here we talk all things raw when it comes to business strategy, nervous system regulation, and stepping into your goddess frequency with tangible, actionable steps to help you scale to consistent 10K plus months. If you're here, you know freedom is your birthright. Let's get into it. Hello. Welcome to the Really Raha podcast. Today is an unexpected podcast episode, and I brought on a special guest. The original intention was I brought on Becca to do a 2-minute testimonial to put on my Instagram, but we ended up having a podcast episode conversation, and with us being in the last week of Revenue Room beta with one spot left to come in, Becca joined Revenue Room 2 weeks ago, and this is probably the earliest I've ever captured a testimonial because of how much she's accomplished in 2 weeks. So I wanted to give you an up close and personal story experience of what it's like in the inside of Revenue Room when we haven't even taken off yet. So listen to this, run and apply. There's a link in the show notes. There's one spot, and I'm so excited for you to hear what she has to say. So a little context before you watch. She came in wanting to have a 5K month. She's like, I've never had a 5K month before. She's worked with tons of coaches. She's had so much success, but she hasn't quite had the money wins. And she came in, we adjusted her systems, we instilled authority in her DM framework. And next thing, we filmed this. She was at 7K, and the day after filming this, she's already at 14K. So I wanted you to see the magic from the inside, see the spontaneity of this podcast episode. And if you're listening to this and you hear Becca's story and you're like, Rahaf, I vibe with you. I want to be in this room with you and Becca and the other ladies inside and be a part of this magic, be a part of being in a room with other ladies. And, there's going to be men if they want to join, but that want to really enhance their sales process, that want to streamline what happens from the moment someone says they want to work with you. How does that DM convo go? How does it go straight into the discovery call? And what background systems are in place so that you can have the most seamless, upscale, premium experience and really be able to charge high ticket as a result? So this episode is for you so that you can really believe what is possible for you, because 100% of the people inside Revenue Room have already made thousands. There's already massive success. This program is a 100% success rate. I qualify hard. So you can be sure that if you get on this call with me, I will be honest with you. I want to make sure that you're a match for the room. I want to make sure that you will see success. So if it's not a right fit, I will refer you. I will give you what you need. This isn't one of those things where I just want to take people and bring them in and not qualify them and have them not be a right fit. So there is full integrity with the way that I lead this call. You literally have nothing to lose. So without further ado, here's Becca. Hi. Tell me your name and why you joined Revenue Room.
My name is Becca. I joined Revenue Room because I've had a lot of coaches. I have a lot of coaches right now. I love it. I love being supported in a lot of different ways. And anytime that I find an experience or I see something that I'm like, this is exactly what I've been missing. Even if I'm not missing something, I'm like, this program is going to get me to where I want to be. And it's like a no brainer, I'm not questioning if it's going to get me there. Then I'm like, it would be stupid for me to not join. And I really feel that way about Revenue Room. I've got another business coach, and I love what she does, and I love what you bring to this program as well. And it's obviously shifted some things massively for me without it even starting yet. So Yeah.
Wow. So tell me about that. Before Revenue Room, how did your DMs, your sales conversations feel, and what feels different now just after 2 weeks?
Yeah, I would say the biggest difference since joining Revenue Room has been the level of authority that I can carry in a conversation and the way that I like hold myself not only in my DM conversations, honestly, it's like shown up in like when I go rock climbing or something in the gym and I'm like the classic example of like you're I call it getting eddied out, which is a term in whitewater kayaking where you're like you get caught into a conversation that you're like, I don't need to be here right now. What are we talking about? This is going nowhere. And like that has shown up even in my like personal relationships or like just conversations with random strangers in day-to-day life as well of being able to like rein that in and direct the conversation in a way that like is mutually beneficial for both of us. So that's shown up in the DMs as well. I mean, I've the number of DMs that I've had is a wild wildly different. I've messaged a lot of people, and they're, like, very intentional messages versus just, like, randomly trying to connect with people that I don't like, obviously, I like connecting with people, I wouldn't be a coach otherwise, but the conversations actually seem to have a direction and they like make sense where like why we're talking versus just randomly talking to a stranger on the internet
Yeah.
and they don't know what we're talking about either. It's like, why are you talking to me? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So based on that, what specific results or breakthroughs have you had in this time?
Yeah. So we started working together. I think it was, we've had 2 sessions. So maybe
Yeah.
10 days ago or something, or we've had 3
Yeah.
sessions now, I guess, like, less than 2 weeks, I think. I it is inevitable that I will make 10K this month, I would say, if not 13K, and we're, like, just barely past halfway through the month. Um, so that's a first for me. I've never made that much money in a month, and I have been in business coaching for, like, 3 years now. So that's not I mean, 10K is significant, like, and my other successes are significant as well, but the amount of financial, like, outcomes that I've seen, like, immediately from as a result of working with you, like, it's it's unlike any of my other programs I've been in terms of the actual
Yeah.
results, like, very tangible results that I'm seeing. I've gotten a lot of results and a lot of things out of the other programs, but not exactly how I wanted it to with the money. Like, it was always like, I'm working on something, like, say, like, I'm working on money. I would like to bring in more money into my business. Like, that's like kind of the point of a business. Like, there's other things within a business, but if my goal is money, working with a coach, previously, I would say that I've gotten results that were kind of unrelated to money. And I'm stoked about
Mm.
those results, but I'm also really stoked to have come into this program with a focus of like increasing my revenue. And then I immediately am seeing that exactly what I came here to work on. That is what we're working on, not some other thing.
We love that, and I think we're gonna blow that out of the water. I think with 2 weeks and 10K, there's so much more opportunity because it's a 3-month program. So you can only imagine how much more we're gonna create. So even just, like, thinking about that, your goal was what, 5K, 10K, and you wanted that for your birthday month. So how's that feel, like, with the intention being set and what you're already seeing and just seeing the vision of what could possibly come to?
Yeah. It's completely like I've been I've been focusing on money for probably like 3 months now, like very, very intentionally. Like I would say pretty delusionally, like full permission to just like I can kind of like I have no other goals. Like money is my focus. And I'm happy about that. I'm releasing shame about that. Like I'm allowed to want money just like I was allowed to lose weight, even in when our culture is like, you shouldn't want to lose weight. You should learn to love your body. Like I want money right now. I'm allowed to want money. And I feel like since working together and since like seeing it happen, Like, it's actually happening. I believe that it's happening, and I can tell that my body and my brain are not, like, fighting against it happening either, and, like, things come up, and we talk about them, but they, like, kinda just, like, swipe by. It's, like, very easygoing to navigate that, versus, like,
Mm,
feeling like I'm constantly fighting my brain. I don't.
mm,
I can see it happening.
and it's already happening.
Yeah. It's already
So
pretty, dare I say, happened. Like, don't even dare I say, like, we're already at, like, 7 over $7,000. Yeah,
2 weeks
yeah.
into the month too, so what about your authority and your leadership in the DMs? Because, yeah, money goals are amazing, that was your intention, and we look at, like, what internally shifted for the money to pour in. So when you think about, like, how you're navigating conversations differently now, what comes up?
I would say I had, like, I have described myself as giving off, like a kayaker, like, "Oh my god, she's so cool, like, I wanna go paddling with you, I wanna go, like, hang out with you, I wanna be your bestie," and I'm like, "Cool," but, like, I this is my business Facebook, or, like, this is my business page, this is my business Instagram, like, I'm here for business. I meet my friends, like, out in the wild. I meet, like, if we meet our friends in, I don't know, some way that I meet my friends and I like meeting friends. I do like meeting friends. I do love growing my personal community, but, like, my my business social media is there for my business, and the way that I've shifted seeing that and being seen in that is, like, so different. Um, I really love the metaphor you use of, like, they're walking into, like, your boutique. It's like, "Oh, you greet them. You don't, like, 'Hey, welcome to Wild Woman Coaching. Like, welcome. Here's how can I help you?'" Um, and, like, releasing a lot of shame around that and really seeing it as, like, "Oh, people are coming here because they're interested in what you do," versus, like, "Oh, I don't wanna bother them." I don't know. I was, like, kind of doing that, kind of not, like, kind of tiptoeing around my own store, like, tiptoeing in my own home, like, "What?"
Mm.
Now I really feel like like, this is welcome. Like, come hang out, but, like, not in a come hang out, like, let's be friends kinda way, like, come hang out. Let's work together. Let me help you.
So powerful, so powerful, and when they did come in, because 2 clients, pay in full, came in 2 weeks, can you share what happened with how you signed them and how that flowed for you?
So two clients have signed on with me, and then I've also had, I think, 2 other sales calls. And all of the sales calls, like, all of them, I have another sales call tomorrow with someone who's already, like, verbally been like, "I absolutely am joining this program, like, no doubt." Um, every single one of them, like, I feel really calm in them, like, I'm not feeling like, when I first started sales calls, for sure, this isn't, like, necessarily super recently, but, like, a year ago or so when I was hosting sales calls, I was, like, really, I don't feel like I was manipulating people, but I, like, was scared that I was manipulating people, and so I was showing up in that scared, like, I don't wanna be salesy, I don't wanna, like, make them do something they don't wanna do, and now my sales calls feel really genuine of, like, I'm just a human, you're just a human, like, let's do human things together, and we like living and, like, we like supporting each other, and it's very mutually beneficial, and do you wanna do this? Like, it's, like, a little more serious than that, but it feels very genuine, just like 2 people talking to each other, and I can tell that my nervous system is not like, "Ah, you're talking to someone and there's a lot of, like, pressure and there's intensity and, like, you don't wanna say the wrong thing," or, like, yeah, it's just, like, very, like, "Oh, cool, I'm hopping on a call with this person."
The authentic, like, the how the genuineness makes it feel less performative,
Mhm.
like a high level conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, of the calls, like, so I've had, that's 4 calls in 2 weeks. And 2 of them, well, every one of them have said yes. I can already speak for the person before, before we've even had the call. I know that she's said yes. Um, and I'm not, like, stressing about it. And the actual, like, sales process also, I'll say, like, on I've been signing previously, I definitely this is, like, very recent new experience. Previously, I would have the sales call, they'd give me, like, the verbal yes, and then after the call, I would, like, send them the link, and then I would be in the limbo of, like, it feels very, kind of like you send, like, a crush a text and you're just, like, waiting to hear back from them, like, that energy is so hard to be in for me. I think there's power to be accessed there, but I completely got rid of that for 2 of the calls, so far, and had them sign pay in full on the call. We signed the contract on the call. Like, it feels very simple and smooth. And then they also get access to my library of resources. Like, while we're on the call, I've given them tours of my resource library on the call. And it really feels like my onboarding process is so much more simple and professional and user friendly, and it just, like, makes way more sense for it to be like that, but I had never thought about doing it like that, so, yeah.
Yeah, that segues into my next question. Like, what systems or structures do you have now and that we're building right now that you didn't have before, especially around like not losing the leads you had that were slipping through the cracks? Like, what was that before and after?
Mm. I mean, we're literally, like, a week and a half in, um, and there's already a lot that's changed. Probably the first thing that I've started doing again was, like, having a flow, to kind of expect my conversations to go through, and having some direction with where the conversations are going and where I have in mind, which is also, like, having kind of like an idea of exactly what I'm gonna send to people when I reach out to them. Like, when I welcome them into my store, it's like throwback to when I sold Girl Scout cookies, like, "Hi, I'm Becca, would you like to buy my cookies?" Versus like, "Oh, what's my name again? What am I selling again?" Like, having to, like, refresh it every single time I did it. Now I have, like, a
Yeah.
basic, like, thing that I am following every time. Um, that's one big one. I know when I want to reach out to people, like when they comment or when they are a new follower, when they interact with stuff. So having a direction of when to contact people has been really helpful as well. And then tracking them as well so that I can figure out like what kind of messages work and what kind of messages are like, "Oh god, what why did she come here?" Like that are like really obviously not my vibe. We're figuring that out as well. um so it's very like formulaic, but not in a like robotic way, which I was
Yeah.
always nervous about it
Yeah.
sounding robotic because I'm not a robot and I don't want to be a
Yeah.
robot. I don't want to be replaced by AI. So
Yeah.
even in my conversations. And this has been very supportive of that,
Mm.
balancing the tech and the genuine.
Mhm. What was something that you got that was unexpected that you didn't expect?
The amount of support that you guys have shown in this container is very, very unlike any other container I've been in. I've been in containers that have a lot of support as well, and I appreciate them for the different, like, models of leadership, but you guys really maintain you guys being you, Rahaf, and your partner, Mike. Like, it's so cool. That also is kind of unexpected to have, like, I love the feminine and the masculine energies in there. I love how direct you guys are. Like, I'm never really questioning, like, should I say this? Or, like, is this, like, the right thing to say here? Like, is this appropriate? I know very much what is, like, expected, and that feels so soothing to know what to expect and know how to show up. But even with that, with the, like, the strong boundaries, there's also so much generosity. Like, we've gotten to hop on an extra call and really dive deep into my website now and exploring Kajabi, which I have been very reluctant to to transition platforms because I am not very techy, and they give me so much stress by the transition. So it's been really nice to have that hand holding between platforms while also being really seen in my own authority. Like, I really see you guys, while I have so much to grow, I can tell that you very much respect me as well as a leader and someone who knows what they're talking about as well. So I appreciate that a
Mm,
lot.
I feel that so hard. If you had to describe the version of you that's showing up in your business now, who is she?
Mm. The version of me showing up in my business now is grounded and sure. And while she's grounded and sure, she's also like not stiff at all. So it's very fluid. I almost said flexible, but I feel like fluid is better. I've got kind of like an imagery going of like, it's kind of funny because it's one of your brand photos of like the rocks, like the water in the ocean, like hitting the rocks. Like there is both the structure in my business, and I don't have to be scared of the rocks, like, they're beautiful, and they are, like, a very big part of that scenery, and then there's also the water that's, like, really chaotic and very, like, everywhere and flowy and, like, the splashes, like, they're unexpected and they're so pretty, and that's who I am. I'm the I'm the beach scene minus the sand. So you
Mm.
get all of the greatness of the beach without all the annoyingness of the sand, right? That's my advice.
Because there are gonna be rocks, there are gonna be, the turbulent waters, but there still can be fluidity in that.
Yeah, yeah. In a more tangible way to describe it. I feel like the groundedness of it feels very, very accurate. I feel very grounded versus before I would say maybe I felt heavy. Like, the
Mm,
grounded and the heavy are very similar feelings. I do a lot of
mm.
somatic work myself, so I'm very familiar with how they can be similar, just like anxiety and excitement are similar, and I feel very, like, supported in the anxiety and very encouraged with excitement constantly in this container, so
So what if someone was on the fence? They're so close, they're like, "Maybe I wanna join Revenue Room. Is this gonna actually work for me? Am I gonna get results?" What would you say to them right now?
one of my favorite things to describe is, like, you already know what you want. You're just delaying the decision and making it harder and harder for yourself, but, like, if you really tune into it, like, when I'm kayaking, I, like, make the like, whitewater kayaking, like, something that's challenging for me. I ask myself, like, "You don't have any time to think, what are you doing? What's, like, the best
Mm,
decision?" And you probably already know. You're probably able to make the decision really quickly, and then you let your brain get in the way, and you're like, "Oh, but all what about this and this and this and this?" You know what you want. Stop denying it from yourself. Just go for it. And if you really have that full body yes of like, "I know what I want," then you're not gonna regret it.
wow. Is there anything else that you haven't mentioned? Anything that comes up?
I've I've joined a lot of programs. Specifically, I've joined a lot of programs in the last, like, 6 months. I'm in 4 coaching containers right now, and they each serve a different purpose, and they overlap with each other, and I also know that asking for, like, permission or getting, like, approval from, like, a partner or a parent or a friend or someone else in your coaching program or something is, like, a common experience that I have when I'm joining a new container, and I've realized and over my own evolution of, like, my first coaching container, I remember asking my mom Like, should I do this? And she actually said yes, surprisingly. But then all the ones beyond there, she probably would not have said yes. And what I've realized is that you're probably going to go to the person that you has the answer that you're secretly wanting, and you probably already know what they're going to say, and you're just like seeking permission from someone else. So if you're having that same experience that I have, I would recommend figuring out your own answer before you go to anyone else. And then also thinking about who you're going to and
Mm.
what the answer that you're expecting from them, because that can be revealing, but it can also be like just like unnecessary of like, oh, actually, like I've told this to some of my clients before as well. And I'm like, and then they've come to me before they joined another container. And I was like, you came to me and you know I'm going to talk you into joining this. So you should already do it. You already know you want it. um,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And on like a similar vein, but in reverse, I would say, like with my partner, he knows I've joined a lot of programs. He's not a business owner. He spends his money different than I do. And we respect each other. We respect each other's decisions. And I basically, before I joined this container, I had a conversation with him. I was like, I'm thinking about joining another container. I know that you're going to tell me that it's crazy and that I shouldn't. Um, I am gonna make my own decisions, and I would really like from you support, and if I decide to go through with this, I would really love for you to celebrate with me instead of question my decisions, and so I really want you to support me, like, in celebrating my my business and my business decisions and my, like, authority, and that has gone so well. He has been so supportive of a lot more things in different ways
Mm.
since then, so, yeah.
You set the tone.
Yeah. Even
My
before we
coach
started working together, it was working.
Yeah. My coach has an expression here, "Don't go to the hardware store looking for milk," because it's so raw, expanding, and stretching, and when you're in this place, all it takes is that one person to not celebrate something with you for you to not believe in yourself.
Mhm.
So it's even just being aware of who do we have in our corners, and are they going to support us no matter what?
Yeah, it's very revealing.
It is very revealing. But not everyone who came with us to this chapter is coming with us to the next.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Wow.
we can just evolve our relationships, like, they don't have to stay the same. You don't have to tell everyone all of the things that you're doing either, like,
Yeah, yeah,
and there can be friends that you just don't talk about business stuff with, and that's fine because they're not in business, or maybe they are in business and they just do it differently, and that's totally fine.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Any last words?
Mm. I don't think so, just thank you. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here, and I'm happy that we still have so much time together.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a start. It's like the pregame.
I don't think I've ever asked for a testimonial 2 weeks in because of and you really gotta honor yourself in this, Becca, because first and foremost, you came in with that drive. You came in with that intent. You came in locked in on what your goal is. You knew exactly what you wanted, and you ran head first. I held the
Oh, yeah.
container for you. We held the container for you, but your drive, which is why I say when I look for people, all I need is intent. All I need, that's my qualifier. If you have intent, then I know that you're going to see results. It is inevitable.
Mhm.
So it makes sense that you came in with this energy and that you're seeing this in return.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, the timing, like, this I really do feel like this program, it was a missing piece in a way within my business to have all these systems, and I had a lot of the energetics that I had been working on for a while. Like, I'm finishing up a program with my somatic coach, and we've been focusing on money for, like, probably 2 months now, every session, and I just like, it's obvious. I just needed the systems in place, and then the money freaking came. It like really came. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much value in the nervous system. We really do say it's 80 to 90% of the regulating, the expanding the capacity, but we do need the systems. We don't want to be an employee in our own business. We want to be business owners. We want to be in our leadership role. We want to be the visionary. We want to be the creator because we're also showing up, making the content, bringing the people in. So for you to have something that works for itself so that you can just be in that chair and witness, it makes sense
Mm,
that it started pouring in.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Becca.
Yeah, of course.
If this episode resonated with you in any way, if something clicked, expanded, or shifted for you, I'd love for you to share it and tag me on Instagram at Radiant Rahoff so I can celebrate your breakthroughs with you. And if you haven't already, subscribe and leave a 5-star review so more high-level coaches like you can find this space. Thank you for being a part of this community. I love you, and I'll see you next Tuesday.